Wildcat hockey. There's an atmosphere to this game. The icy chill that hovers in the air. The rumble of dedicated fans against the glass. The sound of metal carving its path. Someone once said hockey was figure skating in a war zone. They weren't exactly wrong. There's an athletic tradition at the University of Arizona. One that isn't deterred by cacti or blistering heat. A tradition of hard work, perseverance, and preparation. A tradition of camaraderie and of school spirit. It grants us hope when times are hard and makes us strong so we can rise to our feet again. This tradition, it lives inside these players, and it lives inside their fans. So join us. We're ready to bear down. And something tells us you are too.
Welcome back, Wildcat fans, to another edition of UAZ Hockey here from the Tucson Arena on a Friday afternoon. UNLV coming into the building for this weekend matinee back-to-back. An incredibly difficult test here for the Wildcats, as UNLV is one of the top teams in the ACHA at the moment, and the Wildcats are coming into this weekend a bit depleted on the back end. Speaking with head coach Chad Berman, he described this weekend as survival mode, getting ready for ASU next weekend. In just a couple minutes, we will have the bear down breakdown for you, and puck drop. So stick with us. We'll be back in a couple minutes. This is Wildcat Hockey. Welcome back, Wildcat fans, to another edition of the Bear Down Breakdown here with head coach Chad Berman. Back at the TCC this weekend with a tough opponent in UNLV. Looking back, though, to the road trip against Utah, some close games there. Did you feel like this team was in those and had the ability to win them and they just slipped away a bit?
Yeah, obviously two tight games. Utah, have nothing but respect for them. They're a scratch and claw kind of team. They just kind of find a way. They're very good in their building. Add to it the altitude and an Olympic-sized sheet. It's a challenging place to play, and we're going through right now like a lot of teams with injuries, and we were down to 3 lines, and I thought we fought as hard as we could given the circumstances. Just came up short, but we believe in our depth, so we're going to be banged up for a little while here, at least through this first semester. So we're going to have to lean on those guys, and we're excited to see how they handle the opportunity.
UNLV coming into the building, as I said, a tough opponent, one of the best in the ACHA at the moment. How are you preparing this group for that matchup, and how does it help you kind of get ready for ASU coming in the weekend after with those critical Cactus Cup games?
Yeah, certainly one game at a time. I mean, if you better put all your focus on UNLV first, that's for sure. They are harder than they always are. A lot of speed, a lot of talent, a lot of depth. Solid goaltending all around. Not a lot of holes. They make quick decisions, so we'd better recover quick and keep things simple. If you turn pucks over against a team like this, boy, you're going to be in trouble. And we got into some trouble when we were out there. Hopefully we can, manage our game a little better, get a little more simple, a little more harder on the puck, and if so, I think we'll have more success.
Speaking of the injuries that have occurred, but a guy drawing back into the lineup, Brody Selman, this weekend, what does he mean to get him back into the group and get him possibly on a line reunited with Jesse Lowell?
Yeah, and boy, he's the heart and soul of your team. He's He's such a hard worker. He's such a ferocious competitor. Anytime you can add that into your locker room, let alone on the ice, that gets you a real boost. So we're excited. I mean, obviously, unfortunate to see him get hurt, especially in the senior year. We've got big expectations for him, and so fresh start for him. Looking forward to getting him going again, and obviously, he'll be a major piece of what we're doing down the road.
Of course, you want to focus on the games coming up at the moment, but going into the second semester, how do you think some of this adversity that the team has faced maybe in the first half of the season can help benefit the growth and of this group going in?
Well, it can only help, that's for sure. Like guys who haven't been tested guys who want an opportunity are going to get it, and I think we call him Bear, but Erickson has been a guy who's made a great example of taking advantage of opportunity, and he continues to do so and sends a good message to everybody else. There's jobs to be taken. If you put in the work and do the right things, good things will happen, and hopefully that reciprocates down the roster and people get that message. But to me, it's nothing but opportunity. Obviously we'd love to get healthy. We've got a pretty talented injured reserve list at this point. We'd like to get them healthy. We think that second semester gives us a boost and we can make a nice push. But right now we're in a bit of survival mode. And, how do we handle the next 4 games? I'm really excited to see how we handle the challenge.
Welcome back, Wildcat fans, as we get set for the starting roster here.
Your Arizona Wildcats. At left wing from Gilbert, Arizona, number 3, Brian Erickson. At right wing from Northbrook, Illinois, number 18, Jesse Lowell. At center for Manwan, New Jersey, number 20, Brody Selman. At left defense from Eden Prairie, Minnesota, number 4, Luke Busby. From Wayne, New Jersey, at right defense, number 7, Nicholas Chioka. And in goal from Finland, number 30, Nicholas Seppänen. And now, fans, we ask you to rise and remove your hats as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem.
So a very big test here tonight, or this afternoon, for this Wildcats group. Sebastian Janik joined in the booth by Garrett Kane as he simultaneously runs the broadcast. Always great to have such talented members of the media team. So the Wildcats here 2-4 in their last 6. A depleted lineup in regards to injuries, and an incredibly difficult test here against a UNLV team that has had a very solid beginning to the season. guy to keep an eye on for UNLV throughout this game. Number 37, Cole Wyatt, 24 points in 15 games, so he's been racking them up. On the U of A side of things, Jesse Lowell with 14 points, Dylan Walker with 10, and Chioka with 8 on the back end. So UNLV has been very good in terms of the scoring department. And on the back end, Wixon in net, 7-2 with a .925 save percentage up against Sepinen at the U of A end. So now a chance for Brian Erickson as he is put up on that top line with Jesse Lowell, Brody Selman back into the lineup. So injuries abound, but Selman back in. And now a chance for UNLV over the line. They try to feed it to the near boards, but broken up there by Jesse Lowell. Rung around, and Erickson, he'll try to poke it out of the zone. Not quite able to get there as UNLV ties up everybody they can at the blue line. So now Chioka, he'll dish it in, goes past Wixon cleanly. And the Wildcats will have to take a drop in their own zone. Just trying to get our camera up here in the booth adjusted. Is happy to have the TCC feed in moments like this, but hopefully we can get our camera back and running in a minute. So now Brody Selman in to take the face-off off the icing, and UNLV gained possession. A quick shot, that never got through. It was out in front though, loose in the slot. UNLV fighting for every inch here, so the Wildcats going to have to match that intensity as Lowell seals off the boards. And Ford is not able to get it in deep. Wildcats will toss it down, but not enough for an icing. Some soft hands there. So UNLV, you see the speed, see the tenacity, but the Wildcats will have to match that. They're more than capable. Slack, he loses his stick, so it's going to be Walker in all alone. Now Dylan Walker tries to feed Swiger. Walker now, not sure who he was looking for there as Swiger had flown through the slot. And Slack had to catch up to the play with the stick out of his hands. So now John Shively, happy to see him back in the lineup. Such a solid presence there on the back end with Fisher, and they're going to want to make sure they get this breakout cleanly out of the zone. Over to Fisher, he tries to get it down the boards, but turns it over. UNLV, they'll bring it in. Strong throws it to the slot. Quick shot. That one got blocked by Slack on the way through. They try to feed Walker. He's onside. Now Dylan Walker waits for some reinforcements. Quick shot, and Wixon will easily glove that one down, but a good play there to get the puck up to Walker, escape some of the pressure as it looked like UNLV was going to be able to hem the U of A in. So UNLV not necessarily throwing the body in terms of hits, but using bodies to clog up lanes, make it difficult for the Wildcats to escape along the boards, clogging up the blue line. A lot of things this UNLV team does that makes them difficult to play against, and the Wildcats, after a couple disappointing results against Oklahoma, UNLV ASU, and then getting swept against Utah on the road on the last road trip, Wildcats have something to prove here against this UNLV squad, and UNLV is going to make them work for it. So now Ziegler, he knocks it across to Overland. They try to go down the boards, kind of takes a dead bounce. And they're not able to get it deep, and now across the line. Nice move there, trying to get to the slot. So Flanders looking to forward, actually strong there, number 17 for UNLV, trying to muscle his way out to the front of the net. But a good defensive play there to make sure he was not able to, and Sepinen will just hold that puck against the post. 17:43 left to go in the first. Wildcats have not really had much offensive zone time, and UNLV wins another face-off as they work it along the far boards. They try to go low. Sepinen decides to knock that one down, swing it around to a defenseman, but the Wildcats, once again, not able to win those board battles at the moment. Good job there by Busby to get it to Chioka. But UNLV hammers it back down. Would have been a great opportunity there for UNLV, but Ari Rossi blows a tire. That comes right out to the point. UNLV will drop that one down low. Del Monte gets in, creates some space. Now back to the point. They look for a quick shot with a screen out in front, and that's number 37, Cole Wyatt, the leading scorer for UNLV.
Yeah, and I'm definitely not seeing much pressure on the points here from the Wildcats. They're getting a lot of shots off on the points. I think they already got 3 shots off here.
And Cole Wyatt, a forward who had cycled back up to the point. A lot of time and space for him to get that shot away. Luckily, some bodies in the lane. But the Wildcats here have to get some offensive pressure. Quick shot there from the point. Sepinen in and out of the glove, but held. So face-offs have been something that have continued to plague the Wildcats throughout this season. Just not able to get possession off of face-offs too often, especially in your own zone. Can just lead to so much sustained pressure as it's just another quick shot off the face-off here. UNLV taking every opportunity. Now Matthew Marquis, he plays it up. And that's going to be considered a hand pass there. Would have been a great opportunity to see Matthew Marquis as he draws into the lineup for the first time in a little bit. Just not able to make the give and go work with Cosden. Well, that was 3 straight face-off wins there for UNLV. They win it back, and just a quick shot from everywhere and anywhere. That's part of the reason you look at the point totals for UNLV. Guys do not turn down the opportunity to shoot, so the Wildcats going to have to either take away space or get in lanes. Now they get it back to the point here, work it across. Quick shot, looking for multiple deflections out front. Goes straight through, though. Now Ford, another quick shot from the point. Sepinen never saw that one, as UNLV just goes to work in the U of A zone. They feed it out in front, a quick shot, and Sepinen somehow got that one. Didn't know where it was, but the Wildcats come away with it, giving up dangerous chances in the slot, as they'll just have to knock this one down and get a change. So UNLV all over the Wildcats here, getting possession from face-offs and just working it around the perimeter, but that time starts at the perimeter, ends up in the slot. So the Wildcats here are going to have to fight for every inch, both in the offensive and defensive zone. Probably for Brody Selman, it'll take him a little while to get back quite up to game pace, as he's been out with an injury for a little bit. There's number 46, Kelly, and Captain Jesse Lowell having some words. These are two teams that absolutely do not like each other. I can't really think of any hockey teams that truly are best friends on the ice, but these teams especially, there's some animosity between these two clubs over the years, as UNLV has developed into another staunch rival of the U of A. It's not only ASU anymore. So the referees have a decision, and they decide to drop the puck just outside the U of A zone. So a face-off win would go a long way here to interrupt the momentum for UNLV, as Rand and Lowell shoving near the dots. UNLV able to win another face-off, couldn't cleanly handle it, and Jesse Lowell fights through. Jesse Lowell tries to go down the far boards. He's knocked off the puck, and that's going to be a penalty coming there against UNLV. As to eliminate Jesse Lowell, you certainly have to put a lot of weight into him.
Yeah, that's going to be a holding call there.
So just too much extra work with the free hand by number 46, Kelly. He and Lowell were having a couple words just before that penalty, so I highly doubt they've become any better of friends. So a huge power play opportunity here for the Wildcats in the first period. 15:54 left to go. So Swiger in to take the face-off.
Yeah, and this face-off is going to be really important for the Wildcats, getting something going, setting up the play for their power play inside the UNLV zone.
Wildcats not able to cleanly win it, but they're fighting for it along the far boards. But UNLV, Flanders with the active stick, gets it poked out of the zone. And the Wildcats will have to set up. Chioka over the blue line, feeds it far corner, but no one's home. UNLV lucky. The Wildcats lucky UNLV didn't get numbers going there. Swiger takes a tumble. So we'll see how the ice conditions are today at the Tucson Arena. Now Nicholas Chioka over the blue line, tries to dangle through. Can't go one-on-one, too many layers from UNLV, and 30 seconds in, it's been 2 bit of sloppy entries and 2 quick outs for UNLV. So now Walker, he'll set it up with Chioka. Chioka back to Walker. He's shadowed there by Fisher for UNLV. They get it down the boards. Jesse Lowell with a good hustle gets there first. Now Walker trying to work it along the near boards, not able to get it through his man. And UNLV able to get it out again, so some good work by Ford on Walker, not giving him any time and space.
Wildcats are going to go in for a line change here. Get some fresh legs on the ice for this power play.
Something that stands out to me is defensively, UNLV is more aggressive on this penalty kill than the Wildcats have been defending 5-on-5. Overland not able to keep that one at the blue line. So Sepinen now under pressure here. Not a lot of time to think about what he's going to do with Gallant
Got 30
bearing
seconds
down
left.
on him, and now Overland's going to have to quickly react to that. So a very sloppy power play to begin the first period here for the Wildcats, but now Josephson, 15 seconds left to go on the power play. He'll work down low with Malco. UNLV, though, Selman trying to win that board battle. He ties up his man, comes out to the point. They can't settle it. So now it's going to be a chance for UNLV.
And on that power or the penalty kill for UNLV, since Wildcats couldn't really set anything up, they were just doing dump and chase in there. They were stacking more men down low and just had more bodies than the Wildcats.
So no shots on that power play. A very easy penalty kill for UNLV as the Wildcats never had a chance to set up, and this face-off will come all the way back into the Wildcat zone as Kelly is in to take it for UNLV against Selman. So now they're able to win the face-off again, but couldn't get a clean shot through. Wildcats trying to force it out of the zone, and they get it up here. So now Brian Erickson trying to go 3-on-1. He throws a nice little reverse hit there into his man and Barry. So Erickson with another good hit there to create some momentum. This is the best the Wildcats have looked all game, and unfortunately that shot into the pads denies one of the few setups the Wildcats have been able to get. Lowell not able to secure that puck, but Fisher now over to Selman. He'll dump it deep as the Wildcats need a change. They'll get all 5 men off the ice as UNLV is going to really try to feed it up quick, but not quite able to get it there. So now the Wildcats trying to defend at the blue line. Hunter Hodgson back for the Wildcats, not able to get possession. Working away down low on his man, but he's able to fight the puck all the way back to the point. Quick shot there, a lot of traffic in front, and Sepin has to fight that off. Now Ford feeds it down to Stathopoulos. He's going to try to get it down low, and he does. UNLV now trying to get it out in front, but a couple good layers in front of Sepin and breaks that play up as Walker. He tries to feed his man and Hodgson, but nothing going as Ford will ring it around. Ari Rossi tries to get in to break up the play.
And the Wildcats are doing a great job of breaking up their breakouts here in the first period.
Yeah, a lot of the pressure from UNLV in the Arizona end has been through face-off wins and quick shots off of those. Wildcats have done a pretty decent job breaking up entries, but I think the UNLV is probably up to close to 5-6 face-off wins in the U of A zone so far, and shots and opportunities have come off all of those so far.
Yeah, and I think board battles and winning the face-offs can be most crucial here in the first period for the Wildcats.
So now Josephson in to take the face-off with Flanders and Ziegler kind of jarring each other on the other side. Josephson not able to win it. So McCullum, he'll throw it hard against the boards. So now Chioka looking for an out, tries to find it and throws it right into the stands. So luckily in the ACHA, no delay of game penalties. So you can see that. I mean, Chioka is just trying to find any lane out of the zone, and his only real option is to throw it off the boards. So the Wildcats here, I mean, with the depleted roster, facing a difficult, structured team like UNLV now, Cole Wyatt, he'll skate it to the middle, drops it back to the point. Quick shot from Del Monte. I think that hit a couple sticks on the way through as McCullum pinches down. Johnson in a board battle there. UNLV able to pull it out of the skates for the moment. They go back to the point. McCullum, he tries to throw a shot, can't get one through, but UNLV ties up bodies, does not let the U of A out. Cole Wyatt, he's hanging out in the middle of the slot, looking for a good shooting opportunity to add to his points this season. Sepinen knocks it down. 11:15 left to go in the first. No goals yet. Wildcats 0 for 1 on the power play and have not been able to test Wixon Pretty sure Wixon's only made one save so far in this period, and it was a relatively harmless glove save. Sepinen hasn't made too many saves either, as a lot of the shots have gone wide or been deflected off bodies, but UNLV getting the shooting opportunities at a much higher clip than the Wildcats at the moment. Now they work it below the goal line. Malco not able to get the puck off his man's stick. Another shot with multiple tip deflections, and Sepinen has to fight through to see that one. So UNLV shots from the point with sticks in the lanes. They love that strategy because it's working, but now Marquis, he works it down to Malco, tries to lift the stick. Good support there. So the Wildcats trying to work it along the boards. Marquis tries to throw a hit, but that leads to an odd man rush coming back the other way. Chance here, quick shot of multiple deflections, and it's in. So UNLV, they get an odd man rush going the other way. A little bit of garbage out in front after the original shot. And they are going to take the lead here with roughly halfway through the first period. I believe that was number 6, Jackson Wyatt, who will pick up the first goal of this game. And playing from behind against UNLV was certainly not the game plan here this afternoon. But based on the way the flow of the game has gone, you certainly cannot fault Nicholas Sepinen for that one. It's been pretty solid pressure from UNLV in the first half of this game. Now the Wildcats.
Robert McCollum. Time of the goal, 9:47 of the first period.
The Wildcats with their work cut out for them. That was going to be the case no matter what, but now playing from behind. Not able to convert on a power play. Selman, he gets hit hard into the boards by Ford. So the Wildcats here need to find a spark. We'll see who can deliver it. Good play there to break up the pass to Erickson. Lowell, he can't get a stick in on it. Now with numbers over the line. Quick shot. That one just goes wide by Stathopoulos. Good hard wrist shot there. Just goes wide on the blocker side of Sepinen. So another odd man. I mean, it was a 4-on-3, but UNLV still able to get numbers over the blue line, and we have not seen that from the Wildcats so far this period. But Erickson fighting hard to get there first, just can't do it, but allows some players to change out behind him. Now Del Monte, he'll get it down deep. So Chioka will set up with a couple guys changing. UNLV, one man down low, 2 up high on the forecheck, and there's just not a lot of places for the Wildcats to go. But Slack, he tries to develop a bit of space with body and speed, tosses it down. Walker gets in there. Good knockdown from Swiger to try to keep possession, but UNLV with good layers and support, able to just go back around to the next man. Chioka tries to throw one in. That's gloved down by Del Monte. They try to feed Flanders in, but that's an icing. I think if Flanders had quite realized where the play was going, he might have been able to hop onto that before the icing. But that one will come all the way down to the U of A zone, the UNLV zone. And once again, face-offs so important here in this game in terms of possession. Not many offensive zone face-offs for the Wildcats so far, and everyone with a couple questions as the ref goes over to the penalty box to get something rectified. I think a stick that had been dropped was put into the box, and someone on the bench needs it back here. So it's going to be Erickson getting his stick back, luckily. Those twigs certainly cost a good bit, so don't want to have one go missing. So now Josephson, big task of winning a face-off here. Good job by Will Josephson. Now Chioka feeds it down low. Josephson there. Goes out to Rossi. Ziegler waiting in the slot. Rossi just put that one a little bit too deep.
I mean, the Wildcats are doing a great job of working the outside, pulling the UNLV players to their position and trying to have somebody else open there.
And you can see a little bit of UNLV's vulnerabilities like that when Ziegler had some space in the slot, but it's going to be all about actually possessing the puck in the UNLV zone, which is just not really happened here in this first period with 7:54 left to go. So UNLV up by 1 on a goal from Jackson Wyatt. So now the Wildcats trying to fight this one out of the zone. Good job by Rossi to get in support. He'll knock it down low. And everyone will swing back for a line change. So Wixon on the UNLV end has not had much going on in his goaltending crease here tonight. So that's this evening. That's never going to change. I feel like no matter how long I do this for, it's always going to be instinctual to say evening. But this afternoon, Wixon only has faced one real shot from the U of A so far, as Marquis tries to get in on the forecheck. UNLV able to escape the pressure. Throw it down to Logan Jackson. He gets tied up there by Fisher, so a good defensive play by Fisher to allow the Wildcats to get some momentum back. They feed it middle to Cosden. He tries to knock it in on Wixon. Malco just overskates that puck, so Fisher for UNLV. Go up the boards. Marquis now, a good job by him to get that puck deep. So luckily after that first UNLV goal, Wildcats have been able to settle things down a little bit, not allow immediate secondary goal to be scored, but UNLV looking to keep the pressure up as they get it on the forecheck. Selman, good opportunity here for the Wildcats to escape the zone as UNLV committed to the forecheck. Now Lowell over the line, tries to feed middle to Erickson, but he was just tied up. Selman just kind of chops at that one, goes over the top of the net. Overland able to whisk it down the near boards. Wildcats trying to tie up their men, but they commit all three forwards down low, but Selman, good job on the back check, and now maybe a chance here for UNLV as they look to bring it middle, but the puck just rolls off the stick of McCullum. Erickson trying to go 1-on-4, that's offsides. Wildcats will tag up, and Chioka, that one goes wide on Wixon, so again, not another chance for a shot. At least for the Wildcats, you want to try to get into the second period. Now a chance here out in front. Swiger just couldn't corral it. Now Walker with a chance, and that one just goes wide. So out of what looked like nothing, the Wildcats get a great couple opportunities. Now Walker tries to feed out in front. Slack gets his stick tied up. So this line with by far the best shift of the game for the Wildcats as Slack causes havoc down low with Walker. They're trying to fight that puck out of the skates.
Yeah, and this is definitely what we're used to seeing from the Wildcats, putting a lot of shots on net.
Busby tries to tie up his man, does enough to make sure he can't cleanly get the puck, but now Kelly, Busby again, good poke check there, but not enough to get it out of the zone. Luckily that comes right to Chioka as Walker, he feeds it over now to Rossi. So Swiger, Slack, and Walker there with some dangerous opportunities. Walker had a great chance, it just goes wide. And now maybe a chance here for Will Josephson. Will Josephson in, quick shot. Wixon looks behind him, and they pull it off the goal line. Ref waves no goal. So Josephson gets it through Wixon, and from this angle couldn't see it, but I think the UNLV player pulled it right off the goal line, and an emphatic no goal call from the refs. So the Wildcats here with back-to-back opportunities. Josephson, great job there to try to set up an opportunity. They go back down low to Josephson again. And a quick whistle there as that one hops out of the pads. Josephson took an extra whack at Wixon. So within about the course of a minute and a half, the Wildcats getting about 3 to 4 great opportunities after being completely stifled for the beginning of the first. So life here in the legs of the Wildcats, coming courtesy of Will Josephson and Dylan Walker. And even though you are down by 1, you have been outpossessed. They haven't given up an incredible amount of high-quality chances for UNLV. UNLV did convert on the one they did get, but the Wildcats here with some great pushback in the last 2 shifts. Not the cleanest of face-off wins, but UNLV not able to win it, so the Wildcats do get possession. They feed it back down low to Erickson. And speaking with head coach Chad Berman, Erickson, a guy who wasn't really even expected to play this season, has come in, and because of his effort in practice and in games, has been rewarded with first-line ice time. So it's going to be a penalty here against UNLV as the Wildcats get a couple good consecutive shifts. And now it's going to be Alec Johnson going to the box for UNLV. Happened behind the play as UNLV had some numbers on the rush, so I think it's going to be 2 minutes for roughing there. So the Wildcats try to keep that momentum going, tilt this ice a little bit. 4 minutes left in the second.
And this is a perfect opportunity for the Wildcats to put a point on the board here.
Swiger able to tie it up enough, but UNLV able to get it out. So actually 2 minutes for holding there behind the play. So UNLV with multiple holding penalties, just a little bit too flagrant with the free arm. And Chioka, he'll wrap it around for Lowell to find it. Lowell hammers it, but there's just no one there. But luckily comes out to Chioka. Chioka now feeds down to Swiger, passes just a bit too hard and bounces off his stick. So a chance here to possibly head into the second feeling much better about yourselves for the Wildcats. Chioka, he'll dump it back, and Josephson, he'll wind it up. So Josephson getting some power play time here based off of his effort, not only in this game, but in all the games so far this season and in practice. Unfortunately there, that one squirts out right to a UNLV player.
And I think it's really interesting that UNLV is still pushing 3 men when there's a board battle, even though they're down by a man.
And I think they've seen something with the U of, and you see it a lot in the ACHA. You put enough pressure on a guy, you take away the easy passing lanes, they have to make a rushed pass, and even though it can come back to bite you, a lot of the times overcommitting to that one man along the boards can end up just completely shutting down any offensive flow. So the Wildcats going to have to keep their composure and make a couple quick passes, make UNLV regret that 3-man commitment to the puck carrier. 46 seconds left to go in the power play as Malco comes in to take the face-off for the U of A against Fisher. So Malco out there with Josephson and Rossi. Good face-off win there by Malco. 42 seconds left to go. That one they throw in. Wixon gloves it down, and UNLV able to rifle that one all the way down the ice.
Now 30 seconds left here in this power play by the Wildcats.
So 2.5 to go in the period. 26 seconds left to go in the power play. Overland, he gets a little bit of space. Rossi with a quick shot, and Wixon blockers that one aside. Now Selman back to Malco. Trying to look down low, gets in the ref skate, so I think that actually helped the Wildcats out of it. Now Selman with a quick shot. Wixon does a good job to get the stick in between the 5-hole, shut that off, as the Wildcats almost score on that one, but comes right out the box to Alec Johnson as a UNLV player got nailed in the head. Now a chance here and a good breakup of the play by Overland. So good to see the UNLV player no worse for wear after taking that puck to the helmet. Always, I'm guessing it feels a lot better when you take it at the top of the dome than right on the ears. Saw Will Josephson get hit with a puck on the ears against ASU, and now maybe a chance here as they go middle slot, and another good job of Swiger getting in the lane. So even though UNLV has had chances, lots of bodies and sticks in lanes, Wildcats trying to hustle to get something out of this. But Gallant for UNLV on the back check.
And UNLV is just really trying to power through the neutral zone to get into the Wildcats.
They like using the body, being physical, being feisty. It's part of the DNA of this UNLV team. Now, another chance in the slot. They look to go down low and they score. Beautiful little give and go there. They find Max Johnson down low. No chance for Sepinen.
And that was a very impressive tip there.
Just a well set up play there. They get a little bit of possession in the slot, have a man fly by the net. Pass is right on the tape and UNLV buries it. So after a couple good shifts for the Wildcats, but an unconverted power play, UNLV comes out and picks up another one here in the first. So 2-0 after 19 minutes. As the challenge for the Wildcats just continues to get larger and larger. They're now fighting a 2-goal uphill battle. So 0 for 2 on the power play and giving up 2 goals. And now Mensch here, he takes a quick shot. Sepinen has to fight that one off, but the rebound pops right back to him. Now another chance out in front. They try to go over the shoulder. Sepinen has to hold the post, and the Wildcats scrambling here as UNLV just able to win all these individual puck battles. Now they feed it into the slot again, another quick shot, and Sepinen has to make a great pad save there. So Sepinen has really held the Wildcats in this. Could be 4-0 right now as UNLV has worked the puck around well in the U of A zone, put a lot of traffic in front of Sepinen. and use good movement and rotation to have guys get lost in coverage, and especially with the way these lines are juggled right now for the U of A with injuries and things like that. Not hard for guys to lose assignments, so that will do it for the first 20. UNLV with a dominant first period there. Wildcats had a little bit of pushback, but at the end of the 20 minutes, it's 2-0 UNLV, so we will be back to bring you the second period here in just a little bit. Sebastian Janik and Garrett Kane, this is Wildcat Hockey.
Hey Wildcat fans, we need your help in setting the tone in the fight against cancer. Coming up on December 9th is our annual Pink the Rink game, where you could purchase a jersey just like this for $250 and put the name of a loved one on the back. All proceeds will go directly to the Arizona Cancer Center, and you could stay after the game to receive your jersey right off the player's back.
Wildcat fans, we need your help setting the tone in the fight against cancer.
Wildcat fans, we need your support this year at our Pink the Rink game.
Purchase your jerseys today and join us in the fight against cancer.
Here with Hunter Hodgson, it's been a big season for you, drawing into all the games so far, getting increased ice time. How has that helped you build your confidence with this team so far this season?
Yeah, like you said, it is all confidence, just with ice time and being out, playing more minutes, just getting more comfortable in front of the crowd here at home and just comfortable. I've been playing with Overland quite a bit, so he complements my game pretty well, and it's just he's an easy player to play with, so it makes it easy on my part.
And from watching you two play together this season, a little bit different styles, Overland a little bit more, stick awareness, taking away space like that. You're a bit more throwing the body. How does that type of play help you get going?
Yeah, it forces me to be in your face, and I like to play in that, I like to play intense, and like I said, it complements me and Overland, and it just works out, and we tend to do good out there together. Brian, this has been a bit of an interesting season for you. How has it been drawing into the lineup just as much as you have, and what were the expectations before the season?
Yeah, it's been fun. It's been a lot of fun. Coming into the year, I wasn't expecting to play a lot, but we had a few injuries, a few things happened. I got a chance, and I tried to make the most of it, and obviously, I'm still playing, so it's been good. It's been fun.
Coming into the UNLV weekend, looks like you might be on a line with Brody and Jess. How do you feel that your game can help complement those guys?
Yeah, Brody and Jess just have a lot of speed, so I'm just trying to match that speed and just kind of be fast down the ice, be dirty in the corners, get pucks to them, get shots, and just kind of get rebounds and play hard.
Talking about speed and physicality, since this is your first season in the ACHA, what was that ramp up like coming into this season in terms of just the change of pace and, physicality?
Yeah, definitely. Definitely the physicality's been the biggest thing. Guys finish hits, you don't get called for hitting somebody too hard, like U18. So it's been definitely a huge ramp up physically, and just like with the speed, obviously with older guys, it's gonna be faster. So, but it's been manageable.
And looking at your game so far, since you've come into the lineup, you definitely are a guy who likes to throw the body, get a little bit physical in the corners. When you look at a guy like Jesse Lowell and what he's able to do with his style of play, does it kind of make you model, your game after a guy you're playing with like that a little bit?
Oh yeah, 100%. Jesse, I like to think is how I want to play in a few years. We play very similar games, kind of similar builds even. He's a little taller, but yeah, just I want to model my game after him to kind of get that speed and that strength, just so I can he kind of bullies guys out there, and I kind of want to do the same thing.
Welcome to Bulldog Nation. I'm Jennifer Flagg, Magnet Coordinator at Mansfield Magnet Middle School, and I'm thrilled to introduce you to our incredible school. Mansfield Magnet Middle School is an A+ award-winning, nationally recognized science, technology, engineering, and mathematics magnet school located on 6th Street, right across from the University of Arizona. We are a community dedicated to students' academic and personal success for today and the future through STEM education. At Mansfield, our quest is to be the best. Teachers embed at least one of 17 STEM practices in every lesson, in every class, every day, so that students experience inquiry and collaborative problem solving throughout their day. One of the things that makes Mansfield so special and successful is that STEM is integrated throughout the entire curriculum. We have a 7-period day, which allows students to take specialized STEM courses in addition to the core curriculum. They also engage in quarterly cross-curricular STEM units in which they engage in topics and problems from a variety of perspectives and content areas. We also partner with the University of Arizona and a variety of community organizations to host family STEM nights and STEM challenges to enrich and extend student learning. And we are a technology-rich campus with a one-to-one iPad program through our Verizon Innovative Learning Schools grant. But Mansfield isn't just about STEM. We offer GATE, pre-advanced placement, and intervention classes to ensure that every student is challenged and supported to reach their full potential. In 8th grade, students can take up to 5 high school credit classes in English, math, science, Spanish, and teen court. As a comprehensive middle school, we also have an extraordinary fine arts program that includes visual art, chorus, band, orchestra, and guitar. Students can also choose to study Spanish, take PE, or deepen their STEM learning with Science Olympiad. And we're very proud of our girls and boys sports teams, including volleyball, basketball, cross country, soccer, and track and field. While Mansfield is able to offer all of these opportunities, we're also sensitive to the transition that our 6th grade students are making from elementary school to middle school. We have a dedicated 6th grade wing, lunchtime, and counselor, and we use a team model so that our 6th graders see the same team of teachers all day. If you are interested in learning more about Mansfield Magnet Middle School, please visit our website or our Facebook page, or call the Magnet office at 520-225-1807. Go Bulldogs!
Welcome back, Wildcat fans, as we get set to drop the puck on the second period. Wildcats, with a couple good shifts towards the end of that 20 minutes, began to develop some momentum. Wildcats were not able to convert on both of their power plays, and then towards the final minute or so of the period, a beautiful goal by number 16 Johnson for UNLV gave them a 2-goal lead. So in the first period, 2 goals given up by the U of A. Seppänen made a number of quality saves, so certainly not going to put any of the blame on Nicholas Seppänen here tonight, this afternoon. So it'll be up to the Wildcats to respond. UNLV really dictated the pace at the beginning of that first period. Quicker through the neutral zone, winning puck battles in their own end and U of A's, and were able to take a couple of penalties and not pay the price for it. So the U of A down by 2 with 40 minutes left to go against a dangerous opponent in UNLV that they'll be right back at tomorrow. 1 p.m. start once again. And then next weekend, 8th and 9th of December, ASU, both 7:30 puck drops. And December 9th will be our Pink the Rink game in the fight against cancer. So the puck dropped here. Erickson does a great job to fight through. Now chance out in front. And Jesse Lowell somehow does not bury that.
Yeah, and that's a great way to start off the period, really setting the tone for the Wildcats. UNLV was kind of all over the place there on that play. They didn't even know what happened there.
So Erickson with good job to fight through his man, gets over to Lowell, and from an area he does not miss from often. Wixon had to make a great save there, is by far the best save he's had to make this game. And now Selman back to the point for Busby. Busby tries to find Selman, just careens off him, heads to the far boards. UNLV able to skate onto it here, and now Cole Wyatt. He elects to dump it all the way down as Gallant goes in chasing, and luckily for Seppänen, Gallant took a little bit of the wider route. Now Erickson again over the line, tries to look back to the point, holds, gets some support. Lowell, he misses his check. Selman does not though, so a good job there by this line to finish their check. Selman sliding on his knees to the bench as he looks in a bit of discomfort trying to get back on the bench, so he threw a hit. Looked like he got the worst of it here as UNLV down in their own zone. Wildcats committing 3 men down low. So Walker has to go up to the point to cover his D-man. Lowell finishes up his shift and heads off. So UNLV here not able to get it in deep, but it does come out right to the slot to them. Swiger, he tries to knock it up in the air, and that'll be considered a hand pass.
Wildcats are doing a great job of having active sticks there in the defensive zone, making sure that they can't cross with the puck on Seppänen.
So the Wildcats here are going to have to do their best balancing act of holding down their own zone while being able to put the offensive pressure on Wixon, especially after that great save on Jesse Lowell. What looked like basically a guarantee for him. So Swiger able to win that. Wildcats do get it past the blue line, and UNLV will get it right back in. So now John Shively with Flanders looking to put pressure on him. Shively flushed out. He toe picks and takes a tumble. So the Wildcats, the pressure of Flanders causing some issues here, and UNLV able to get possession now. They look to fight. Now a quick shot. They look down low. Looking for the slap pass was Wyatt, as Eddie Slack looks to wind up the speed. Can't quite get it through. So UNLV just stacking up at the blue line. Nowhere to go for the Wildcats. Walker, he fights through 2 men. But UNLV able to alleviate the pressure. And they get it back over the blue line now. Into the U of A zone. Quick shot. Seppänen, he'll blocker that to the corner. Ziegler throws it around to Hodgson. He'll go D to D with his partner Overland. Now Overland up the middle. Over to Rossi. Rossi gets it in deep with Ziegler trying to get on the forecheck. Josephson, he gets taken down hard. So a good job there to play the body by Burke. So UNLV doing things as a unit right now. And over the line with some space. They hold up, they look to the slot, back door, and he would have been all alone, McCullum. So the Wildcats losing some guys in coverage is just too much time and space for Smith to wait for that backdoor play to develop, and the pass was just ahead of his man. UNLV confident in their plays in the offensive zone. They cycle the puck efficiently, good rotation. Able to escape into free space, and now Busby, he'll try to do the same. Busby just can't corral it for the shot, but gets it down low to Josephson. Josephson brings it out in front, and a chance there. What a save by Wixon, as the puck comes right out to Cosden, and Wixon stands his ground tall, comes out to take away the angle, and Cosden maybe had a tiny bit more time and space to pick his spot, but just decides to whip one on net and right into the chest of Wixon.
Yeah, and that was a great play there by the goalie for UNLV, really pressuring outside of the net, making sure that shot didn't go in.
UNLV able to win that one cleanly, but it comes out to center to Chioka. Knocks it into the near corner. Wixon sets it up for Johnson. So now Alec Johnson. He'll feed far boards. UNLV trying to get the breakout. Things go a little bit haywire, but they'll still get it in deep with Gallant pressuring Cosden. Now Cosden gets it over to Malco. Malco over to Marquis. Now Malco, quick shot. That one floats wide on the glove side. This puck here comes out to Shively, who just elects to knock it down low as the Wildcats were looking for a change. Now Cole Wyatt, once, twice. Can't get it past Shively, but Shively throws it towards the UNLV bench with fresh skaters coming on. Now it's Kelly working against Lowell, but Kelly circles the whole zone here, and they get it back to the point. A little bit too much on that pass, but it stays in the zone. Quick tip, and a pad save by Sepinen. So Lowell trying to work in support with Chioka, but sealed off effectively by UNLV. Now Lowell, he's going to try to wind it up. Malco over the line, able to hold on to that one. Tries to go to find Lowell, but he was tied up. Good defensive play there by UNLV. Now a quick shot from the point, and sticked aside by Wixon. And the Wildcats will get an offensive zone face-off here. 15:09 to go in the second period. Wildcats down by 2. A little bit more balanced play here from the Wildcats in the first 5 minutes in terms of a little bit more trading opportunities with UNLV rather than being hemmed in their own zone.
And the Wildcats are starting to get more point shots on the goal there, but you got to make sure that you have screens in front of the goalie, making sure that he doesn't see that shot coming.
Wixon with a .925 save percentage. Not a guy who gives up a lot of soft goals, if any. And the Wildcats haven't really been able to establish much of a physical presence in terms of kind of getting under the skin of UNLV in a obviously completely legal way. You do not want to put this UNLV team on the power play.
And the shots on goal here are starting to tie up. We got 11 for UNLV and 10 for Arizona.
So after that first about 16 minutes of the first, where it was all UNLV in terms of shots, Wildcats have fought hard to get some scoring opportunities, but now it's going to be about converting on them. And we'll see how many chances UNLV are willing to take, but a great face-off win here. Quick shot, that one hits Selman in the slot and gets knocked down. Good keep in there by Erickson, goes knee down to get it deep, but Wildcats just trying to apply the forecheck, and Jesse Lowell does. But Erickson just swings that cross ice, and it's just too easy of a giveaway. Now UNLV, good job by Kelly to settle that down, tries to chip and chase. So now Wyatt will get it in deep. Trying to find Erickson. UNLV almost broke that up, but they don't. Now Brian Erickson down the far boards, trying to look middle with a lot of traffic out there. Just not able to get the puck on slack stick, but Erickson doing all that he can. And that's what at least what you want to see out of this Wildcat group. Moving their feet, skating hard on the forecheck, finishing checks. The goals will come with everything when everything else is done the right way. So now Eddie Slack tries to stop up, ends up working out for him as Walker skates in support. Wildcats trying to go back to the point. Walker would have had a lot of space in the slot there, but just couldn't skate through his man. And now they do get it down to Walker. Nice little turnaround move there, looking for a setup pass. Finds Swiger from behind the net, trying to get it out in front, but UNLV taking away all the lanes. But Walker with a steal, and they try to get it to Rossi, and what a diving play there by Del Monte, I believe that was, to get in the way of that. So the Wildcats looked like they had a golden opportunity developing, but
and it looks like this Wildcat line is finally figuring out the defensive play that UNLV is going for inside their defensive zone. They're kind of breaking through right now.
Yeah, Walker was a big part of that with a couple steals. But the desperation effort shuts down the opportunity. Josephson with a great hit there, but it comes out for a quick shot. Sepinen, good job to not give up the rebound. So Will Josephson sees the fact that Ness is tied up a little bit, does not turn down the opportunity to finish that hit.
And the Wildcats are really trying to change the tempo around here for UNLV. Getting a lot of hits, finishing checks. Board battles are transitioning over to the Wildcats.
At any level of hockey, one thing that every team despises is getting pushed around in their own building, and the Wildcats want to make sure that UNLV is going to have to fight for every inch of this game. Wildcats, it's been an up and down season. A lot of complications and injuries, but every team goes through that. The Wildcats here in the final 4 games of the season just have to survive these 2 matchups, and then ASU next weekend. Get the winter break, get guys healthy, and bring a little bit more positivity into the second half of the season in terms of your roster actually looking the way you hoped it would before the season started. So Josephson trying to be hard on the forecheck. This one just barely pops out to Ness, but a good back check by Chioka to break up any opportunity there. So now Busby to Chioka. That one just out of his reach, so the Wildcats will have to scramble a little bit here. Will Josephson, he'll wind it up. Takes the red line and gets it in deep. Wixon plays it behind his net as the Wildcats change out fully. UNLV looking for a quick breakout. And they get the puck up to Johnson. Quick shot there. Good pad save by Sepinen. So once again, Sepinen stepping up to the challenge. Quick shot out in front. And that is not one that Cole Wyatt is going to miss very often. So the Wildcats with a bit of a break there. Shively does the hard work to get to his own pass. Tries to look middle. Gallant reads that the whole way and picks it off. Now Malco, he swats at one. Wixon did not know where that one was heading. But it goes wide. Marquis trying to fight it hard along the boards and gets it around so Malco can try to retrieve. Some good layers here from the Wildcats, making it difficult for UNLV to get out of their own zone.
And UNLV just have sticks everywhere in the defensive zone, really taking away the passing lanes for the Wildcats.
And an unforced out there as Malco went to go to Lowell but couldn't connect. So now Jesse Lowell over the blue line. He's got some space to look for a pass. Almost finds Erickson. Erickson, Selman, and Lowell all with chances. No shots, though, and now over the blue line, UNLV. That pass won't settle down for Kelly. He takes a bump. Selman was trying to fly the zone there. So was Lowell. Just the pass is centimeters off. UNLV looking for a backdoor chance here. They can't get the pass through the slot. Comes out to Del Monte. That gets blocked by Erickson. So this line has looked like opportunities could develop, but then they've just kind of dissipated into thin air. 10:30 left to go in the first. UNLV up by 2. Both goals coming in the first period. Wildcats establishing the forecheck here as Slack puts on his hustle boots. Tries to apply the pressure. Chioka, he can't hold that one in, and because of the ref's placement, UNLV is able to skate right onto it. So. And it looks like we're going to get a penalty coming here against U of A for hooking. So a bad break against the boards. Wildcats are not able to get possession. And then Walker, too much stick work in the eyes of the referees. And as I said, this is a UNLV team that you do not want to put on the power play, and they will get their first opportunity of the game here. So as the Wildcats are 0 for 2.
We got 10:08 here left in the second period. Face off for UNLV. They take it back.
So Sepinen with a good job there to fight that off. My apologies, folks. A sneeze. Thought that was coming. Did not. Ended up causing a very strange noise instead, but make sure to mute the mic ahead of time before. And so UNLV, they'll look to get possessions. They bring it over the red line, broken up there. They're able to get it down to Sepinen. So now Will Josephson all the way off the boards.
And Sepinen's had a lot of really great plays, getting it to the Wildcat defense, having play develop a lot faster than it would have.
Sepinen has been very solid this season, a lot of workload for him. Just the type of goalie that keeps you in games, rarely gives up ones he shouldn't, and pretty often saves ones that he probably shouldn't either. So Sepinen will give you a chance, but he needs the scoring support up front. So the Wildcats trying to finish off the rest of this PK with 53 seconds left to go in it. Now over the blue line, Johnson waits for a bit of support. Wildcats not able to get that one out of the zone though. Circling up top, go over to Mensch. Mensch with a quick shot, that barely went wide. I think Sepinen might have got a little piece of it. Now McCullum over to Mensch again. That one didn't get through to Sepinen.
And that's the shot that you don't want to see. Cross-ice pass and a quick shot.
So now the Wildcats just in desperation mode to finish off this kill. McCullum with a quick shot. Sepinen, great save there. As he got the glove hand extended. McCullum waits. Another quick shot. Another one that just goes wide. Shooting gallery here for UNLV now. Looks for the tip down low. Jesse Lowell's been out there for the entirety of this penalty kill, so a great job there for the Wildcats to kill that one off. Lots of opportunities. Dylan Walker with a great steal, though. He's all alone, waiting for support. Dylan Walker tries to go backdoor to Erickson. It just gets broken up by the back check. So Dylan Walker tried to wait and wait and wait, but UNLV recognized the danger of that opportunity and got in the way first. Good hit there along the boards by Swiger. UNLV, though, still able to keep possession until Walker strips it. That one luckily gets out of the zone as UNLV not able to hold it. Hodgson, he breaks that one up with the body.
And UNLV has seen a lot of success just getting the puck up through the neutral zone, having those quick transitions and pouncing on the Wildcat defense when they're not expecting it.
Yeah, certainly those first two goals in the first, somewhat opportunistic in the way they were set up, but they came as a result of consistent pressure from this UNLV lineup. And it did feel like just a matter of time that they were going to break through first. So now a little bit of a chance here for the Wildcats to get some speed through the neutral zone. Busby dumps it in. Wixon plays it around. UNLV wraps that one all the way around the boards, and that'll go for icing. So 6:40 left to go here in the second. A better period from the Wildcats. Great opportunity in the first about 10 seconds for Jesse Lowell. Wildcats have been trying to set up a little bit more consistent offensive zone time, but...
And I think the biggest change for the Wildcats has been the board battles. They're sending 3 men instead of 2 like they were in the first period, and they're seeing a lot more success getting possessions inside the offensive and defensive zones.
They have done a better job winning those individual puck battles, especially along the boards. Face-offs continue to still be a point of possession for UNLV as they've won a vast majority of them here this afternoon. Wildcats not able to wand it down deep, and now a lot of room here for Wyatt. Wyatt with speed, they drop it back. I so apologize the pronunciation of this name. Stathopoulos. I keep hesitating whenever he has the puck because I don't think I'm saying it right, but Stathopoulos had a lot of time and space there, a lot of speed from Wyatt coming all the way down. Decides to not take the shot, and the Wildcats are going to go back to the box as Chioka is going to take a cross-checking penalty here. Didn't see where that occurred on the play, but...
Yeah, I think it might have been behind the play.
So in quick succession, UNLV with another power play opportunity, and even though the Wildcats did kill it off, McCullum had a number of great opportunities there, so Quick shot, they look to go down low, a deflection off a stick. So Wyatt, he's gonna pick up a goal here. Deflection by a U of A player out in front trying to get into a lane. So sometimes when it rains, it pours, folks. And even though the Wildcats don't exactly have a breakdown of any kind, it's just a lot of time and space from the point for Wyatt to get that shot off, and enough sticks in the lane, even though it was a U of A one, beat Seppin in 5-hole.
Yeah, and UNLV is starting to take over the shots on goal here. It's going to be 21-10.
So at one point, you know, it was 11-10, so it's been 10 consecutive shots here for UNLV and a power play goal. So now maybe as Jesse Lowell hustles in there, can't create anything out of it. Now Selman, he can't get his shot away, but Lowell comes away with the puck, tries to fight it out to the middle. UNLV players taking a run at Jesse Lowell is about the only way to slow him down sometimes. So Selman circles on the far boards, gets it back to the point. Now Erickson rings it around. You can see the point players for U of A just no time and space to really think about what they want to do, and it's just quick one down the boards. UNLV regains possession. Good job there by Ness on the turning play to get a stick on it, so no icing. Seppinen, he'll play it over. Now Hodgson, he fans on that, but gets a second opportunity. Erickson tries to feed it. Too much pressure in the way.
And UNLV is just really pressuring the Wildcats, making sure they don't have a clean breakout.
Yeah, they have no time and space at the moment, whether it's in their zone or the opposing UNLV zone. Just like that, you think you've got a lane, all of a sudden a stick's there. UNLV, quick turnaround on the near boards. Time and space now for Johnson, drags it through everybody, and that sets up a beauty of an opportunity, and Gallant makes no mistake. So Hodgson and Wyatt going at it as UNLV is having a pretty comfortable time at the moment. That was number 22, Alec Johnson for UNLV, just dangles through everyone. Puck comes off his stick, but it's Gallant wide open with Seppinen completely down and out. So 2 quick consecutive goals there for the Rebels, as the Wildcats now with a 4-goal deficit.
And it looks like UNLV just has a little bit more gas in their tank. They're really turning on the wheels when they go into the Wildcats zone.
Yeah, they've had more speed through the neutral zone, more speed in both zones. UNLV has certainly just been the better team so far, as obviously with the scoreboard. No real reason to have to explain that. So now Fisher with Stathopoulos all over him. They're able to keep it in the zone once again as Kelly. They wrap it around. Now Del Monte at the point. He waits, tries to get it through Ziegler, but Ziegler takes the body. Ziegler, though, took something in the midsection. He's doubled over in a lot of pain, so not sure what happened there. I think Ziegler might have taken a stick to the stomach. And now a chance out in front, another chance. So UNLV with a 4-goal lead now. You got to think their confidence is about as high as it can get. They can start taking a lot of offensive risks. With a 4-goal lead, it's kind of the, in the playoffs, obviously, that's when you lock things down and make sure you hold on to that lead. But with a 4-goal lead, UNLV probably with an opportunity to take some chances, and now it's going to be 2 guys going here.
I'm surprised the ref called that as a coincidental there with both people in the box. They did got a little chippy there, but they usually only call the retaliation penalties, so I'm surprised they called it that way.
So they take them both, Ziegler and Rand, both going for slashing. And obviously some frustration will set in for the Wildcats as these next 4 games before the break, so important to try to get some confidence, especially with ASU coming into this building next weekend. Wildcats down 2-1 in the Cactus Cup Series. Still a lot of hockey left to play. Now Slack fights all the way out. That one rings off the side of the twine. Now UNLV, some 4-on-4, a little bit of extra room. Got to think that with the pace UNLV has been playing at, 4-on-4 could benefit them, but also allows the Wildcats maybe to be a little bit more opportunistic if a coverage and if some breakdown in coverage happens. Chioka, he can't drag it off the wall. Walker and Chioka try to get possession, but UNLV are the benefactors of that. Now over the line, good defensive play there by Walker. Lowell trying to wind it up. He gets held up, so that's going to be a penalty there against UNLV. Now they get it out to the slot. Chioka, that one never made it through on Wixon.
It's going to be 5-on-4 for just a little bit.
So the effort there of Jesse Lowell causes another holding penalty on UNLV.
Yeah, that was great that Jesse Lowell kept his head there, drew that penalty, so it's going to be a 4-on-3.
And I will say there, that's one of those penalties for UNLV. If you don't take that, Jesse Lowell is in all alone. So I will say Jackson Wyatt, number 6 for UNLV, probably made the right call there, committing fully to making sure, or Jackson Wyatt, my apologies. So Jackson Wyatt, number 6, go into the box. He had to do what he had to do to shut down Jesse Lowell. So now the Wildcats trying to get the power play organized. A 4-on-3 for a minute and a half. So obviously not something you really practice very much. But you gotta hope the guys on the ice can just rely on their instincts and chemistry from practice to get some semblance of the Wildcats getting back in this game, as it's 4-0 UNLV, but a big face-off win here. So now Overland, over to Selman. Selman waits, looks for a lane, quick shot. Puck looked like it was loose. Everyone's gonna get in Rossi's face after he thought it was loose too and took a little swipe at Wixon. So with 2:41 left to go, a minute 51 to go on UNLV's second penalty and 52 seconds left to go on this 4-on-3. So it will be a bit of a disjointed end of the second period, but a period where UNLV comes out, scores on the power play as well as another one, and 2 goals that Sepinen had absolutely no chance on. But luckily the Wildcats win this face-off. Chance to set up here now. Walker back to Chioka. So they'll play catch, the triangle. Quick shot there, that one just goes wide. Trying to collapse that triangle of UNLV. Work it down a little bit lower so you can get it back to the point with more time. Quick shot there from Walker. Good pad save by Wixon. That one comes all the way out of the zone. Swiger trying to feed down low to Chioka. Chioka looking back door for the extra pass, but there's no one home. So Chioka thought he was going to have a man wide open in the slot. Instead, it ends up being a clear off his stick. And now Swiger with some great speed. He'll wind it up all the way down around the back of the net. He tried to feed it slot too, but yet again, no one home. So
yeah, just a little bit of miscommunication there by the Wildcats.
So that's why I was saying you're hoping the chemistry and instincts kicks in, but unfortunately 2 plays there where the Wildcats try to get it to the slot and not a single white jersey in the area. So now Rossi, he can't hold it along the boards. Del Monte, hard play there, and now it's gonna be a 2-on-0 coming back down. Gallant in all alone through the legs and scores. Credit where credit is due for Gallant. Short-handed, comes all the way down the ice and buries that one. So not only a dagger of a goal, but done in almost a vengeful way. I mean, Gallant so confident through the leg, pulls it back behind him and just beats Sepinen there. Sometimes all you can do is laugh to yourself a little bit, folks. It's not a happy laugh, but you see a goal like that scored for a 5-0 scoreline against a rival, and that is a tough look for the Wildcats here, as this has been a difficult Friday afternoon. But they feed it up to Selman here. Just because it's 5-0 doesn't mean you stop playing. So now Lowell, he's going to try to work behind the back of the net. with 53 seconds left to go, and that will do it for the Wildcats power play, which resulted in a shorthanded goal. So now Selman gets it over to Lowell. That's a quick shot, just glances off the glove of Wixon. Now UNLV trying to get to the puck first. Nice little job by Shively to make sure that's not the easiest thing in the world. Josephson trying to hold up his man from going around the back of the net. Fisher can't poke it out of the zone. They do get it there. UNLV tried to carry it in, but just not quite over the blue line. 20 seconds left to go. Stathopoulos sets up on Josephson. Now Walker tries to bring it down low. Beautiful little move. He's got a stick on it, but Wixon able to get the little what was left of it to go wide of the net. Now Slack down in the corner. 2 seconds left. That will do it for the second period. A 3-goal period for the UNLV Rebels as the Wildcats give up one shorthanded. So not a lot of takeaways from that period on my end, folks, except for the fact that UNLV has played a very good hockey game so far. So we will be back to bring you the third period in just a little bit. This is Wildcat Hockey.
Hey Wildcat fans, we need your help in setting the tone in the fight against cancer. Coming up on December 9th is our annual Pink the Rink game, where you could purchase a jersey just like this for $250 and put the name of a loved one on the back. All proceeds will go directly to the Arizona Cancer Center, and you could stay after the game to receive your jersey right off the player's back.
Wildcat fans, we need your help setting the tone in the fight against cancer.
Wildcat fans, we need your support this year at our Pink the Rink game.
Purchase your jerseys today and join us in the fight against cancer.
Here with Brody Selman, big weekend for you. You've been out of the lineup for a bit with an injury. How excited are you to get back, into this lineup and help the team out?
Yeah, I'm really excited. It's been hard to watch from the stands. Really excited to get back and hopefully make an impact.
So, looking at the practice lines, it looks like you're possibly going to be on a line with Jesse Lowell this weekend. How excited are you to also be reunited with him and kind of try to get that chemistry going?
I'm excited. It's great. Jess is a great player. We've been playing together for a while. Everyone knows we got good chemistry. Hopefully we'll bring it this weekend.
UNLV has been a tough opponent over the couple of seasons you've been against them. How does that team play, and what does this U of A group need to do to, kind of counter some of the play styles of UNLV?
Yeah, Vegas plays hard. They're hard on pucks. They move their feet well. We're looking to do the exact same thing, be physical, and give it right back to them.
Why wreck? A simple question, right? Well, the answer might surprise you. What makes you show up? Gets you out of bed? Drives you after studying? What makes you put on your suit? Swipe in? Pack up? Why wreck? The answer is as personal as you. Take that first step and make us part of your day. Dive in. If no one invests in you, invest in yourself. If no one believes in you, believe in yourself. Show up. Show up by hitting the court, the trail, the weight room, the cardio machines. Show up for your friend, your team, your family, and more importantly, yourself. I could keep going, but I think you're getting the picture. Here at Campus Rec, you matter. No matter your ability, where you come from, or who you are, step out of your comfort zone. You may come to realize that that leap of faith is more a leap of fun. Campus Rec is your house. Whether you show up at South Rec at sunrise, North Rec at night, or Bear Down Rec after a break. Whenever, wherever, however you rec like a Wildcat. Because here at the University of Arizona, everyone has their own reason to rec. What's yours? Make Campus Rec part of your day.
So welcome back, Wildcat fans, to the third period of what was predicted to be a difficult test for the Wildcats has certainly proven to be the case. UNLV comes into the third period up 5-0. A dagger of a shorthanded goal and an absolute beauty scored at the end of the period by Gallant. This might be the U of A broadcast, but credit where credit is due. Gallant, with a incredible burst of speed, gets all the way down the ice, goes between the legs and buries one on the breakaway on Sepinen. So teams certainly enjoy coming into this building, putting themselves up to the test against the Wildcats, trying to spoil these weekends for the Tucson faithful here at the Tucson Arena. We do thank you for being with us on the stream as always. If you can make it to a game in person, we'd love to have you. Tomorrow, back at it against UNLV at 1 p.m. and then the final 2 games of the semester, December 8th and 9th, with the Pink the Rink game being on the 9th, to support the fight against cancer and to support the University of Arizona Cancer Center. So always great to have hockey involved with such important causes. So that'll be a great way to end the semester, but the Wildcats need to look ahead to these next 20 minutes as a 5-0 scoreline. Looks and feels probably about the same way on the ice and as it does up in the booth right now. Lowell tried to throw a big hit, but got it right back from Jackson as he stood his ground. So now Gallant trying to work down the boards here. Selman able to swing onto that one as now Lowell goes one-on-one. Lowell, he can't feed it middle, so a good defensive play by McCullum. That one gets swung out to the slot, and the Wildcats have tried to rely on that play a couple times, just somewhat blindly throwing it to the slot, hoping a guy is in position, but every time so far it's gone back to the stick of a UNLV player, so the Rebels disrupting the Wildcats' offense and at the same time putting on a bit of an offensive clinic themselves. So now a good burst of speed there. It gains the blue line, but just couldn't connect on the pass.
Great job by the Wildcats by Ryan Fisher breaking that play up.
So Ford tries to wrap it around, finds the second man. That gets up. Nice pass there just ahead. I think that's Stathopoulos coming in around the net with speed. Wildcats, Eddie Slack trying to force it out of the zone any means he can. Does a steal here from Walker. Walker in, saved by Wixon.
Yeah, Wixon just has really good positioning in his own net. He really squares up to all the shots that Wildcats have been throwing on him and really good at controlling those rebounds.
And Walker was trying to get in all alone, just didn't quite accelerate with the back checker all over him. Based off of Walker's response, he thought it should have been a penalty with the stick on the hands, but his opinion shockingly does not matter to the referees. So Walker not able to finish that, but even just looking at the play from up here, Wixon was with him the whole time. So unless Walker was able to do something dramatic there, but at least it was a scoring opportunity on a good forced turnover. So now Fisher down low in a battle there against Stathopoulos. They find it out. Kelly all alone in the slot, just wasn't able to get it back on the forehand.
That was great defensive cover there by Josephson.
So now Will Josephson circles, throws it off the boards. Ziegler not able to fight through Wyatt to get there first, and now UNLV is going to have some space with Kelly. He comes in, quick shot. That one just goes wide on the blocker side. So the Wildcats, I didn't even realize this, have gone with a goalie change here. Sepinen not in the net for the third period. My apologies for not noticing that. So in the net for the Wildcats. Doesn't look like that's Golsvig because he's simply just not tall enough, not to mention the fact that Golsvig's sitting up here at the moment in the injured box. So a guy's name that I've been dreading, but the chance here for the Wildcats, that one gets held along the post. So a guy's name that I have been dreading calling a little bit. So TJ Demoulianaire will get his first start of the season. Bit of a tough place to put TJ into at the moment, down 5-0, but obviously Coach Berman seeing enough out of Sepinen so far, so If any of TJ's family are watching, I desperately apologize for butchering his name. Did not think I was going to have to practice it for today. So now the rookie goalie for the Wildcats will look to backstop them through this third period.
And the Wildcats are taking a face-off here in the UNLV zone. Looks like we have Jesse Lowell here to face off. Actually, this can be Malco.
So Malco in to take the draw. One warning there from the referee.
And this can be a crucial play here.
But UNLV able to come away with it. Del Monte rips it around the boards. Hodgson there just does just enough to separate man from puck without taking a penalty. So now it's going to be Flanders along the far boards.
And the Wildcats are dropping bodies here all over the ice. Definitely a big change from the first and second period. And it looks like it's kind of going into their favor right now.
So Mensch had to hold up there, and that's a turnover at center ice. Now Strong for UNLV. Strong goes middle. Flanders left all alone. DeMillionaire has to stretch out. And those losses in coverage, I mean, it's a 2-on-2 there. And somehow Flanders just gets completely left alone, streaking into the slot. Wildcats fortunate he couldn't settle it down. Not the first save you want to have DeMillionaire have to make. So he'll glove that.
And the Wildcats are slowly creeping up with shots on goal here. They have 16 shots on net. UNLV has 26.
5 goals on 26 shots for UNLV, one of them shorthanded. But without a doubt, UNLV has been the better team so far through the last 44 or so minutes. And even though the Wildcats roster is quite haphazardly thrown together at the moment in terms of injuries and things like that, excuses are simply irrelevant, because the Wildcats are going to have to deal with whatever trials and tribulations continue to get thrown at them throughout this season. They're going to have to work to fight through it, but doing so against a good UNLV team, not easy, as Selman looked like he had some room, but the back check, his stick gets tied up by 2 UNLV players, and they're able to clear the zone before a shot gets off.
And the Wildcats have seen a lot of defensive play. Defense are having to pick up the puck a lot in their defensive zone, because UNLV is kind of a more dump and chase kind of team, and Wildcats have been doing a pretty good job of breaking up the neutral zone here in this third period.
Yeah, UNLV, when they have had opportunities over the line, it's been with numbers, and if the Wildcats are defensively in position, they are able to break that up, but more than once. And that one comes right out in front, and Fisher has to bail out his goaltender. So now Swiger, he works it down the near boards, tries to sweep it out in front. Picked up there by Walker. He'll turn, try to get it to Slack. Slack now, cross ice, looking for a lane. Now over to Fisher. He takes a quick one. That one gets deflected wide, but some good traffic in front. Walker throws a good reverse hit. And now Fisher with a little bit of room. Quick shot and a good job there to get in the lane. So Fisher there really has to make sure that he doesn't put it into a UNLV defender, because it just comes right back the other way in what looked like one of the best setups the Wildcats have had. And it might have been short, but that just is kind of a testament to the lack of offensive opportunities the Wildcats have really had this game. But now Hodgson with a quick shot, great pad save. Wixon's down and out. He's able to recover now, though, as UNLV tied up the puck long enough for Wixon to be able to get his bearings back. That one's going to come all the way down. No icing as it gets in on DeMillionaire. So puck thrown down in deep. Ari Rossi gets there first. Josephson in support. Now Overland. Overland to Hodgson. Hodgson with a quick shot. Wixon catches that one on the arm, but the rebound is available for the Wildcats to find. Now Hodgson puts a body into his man as UNLV still not able to clear it. Now Ari Rossi in a board battle with Overland, pinching to help out against McCullum.
And it looks like the Wildcats are doing a better job.
Overland now with a quick shot, and Wixon just in and out of the glove Now a great burst of speed here. UNLV looks to take it wide and then feed it slot. Some Wildcats in the way. UNLV showing off their speed with breakouts like that, and that one will go wide on Wixon and all the way down the ice.
And it seems like the Wildcats are holding the puck in the offensive zone a little bit longer, and I think that's due to the Wildcat defense kind of pinching a little bit and relying on the forwards to recognize that if they get out of the play, that forward has to step in for the defensive position.
It's certainly, I'm trying to think of some positives here. I mean, the Wildcats certainly have not rolled over and given up at any point in this game, but a couple defensive lapses, a couple mistakes with turnovers, losses in coverage, and a 5-0 scoreline just kind of shows, absolutely in games there are times where teams are, a couple goals ahead when they have no right to be, but UNLV, this 5-0 lead, they deserve to have it. This is the only time this season Sepinen has been chased from the net too, especially because Golsvig, the typical backup goalie, out injured at the moment, so TJ DeMillionaire, which I am positive I am not saying correctly, so to any of his family members, I am sorry. I will make sure to check in with him after this game just in case he draws back in sometime soon, but Strong in to take the face-off against Rossi. Rossi wins it to Hodgson. Hodgson elects to wrap it down low, and Flanders read it the whole way. Takes a hit to make a play. Now a quick chance out in front and a great save by TJ. Let's go with that. So now Walker, he tries to get around his man, can't drag it through the legs though. Throws a bit of a bump. Cosden, he gets knocked down for his trouble. So a bit of a pile up in the corner there. Now a quick shot from Busby, and the whistle's gonna go, so there's a penalty gonna be coming out of this, and it looks like it's only gonna be Cosden. And that is an undisciplined penalty to take. I mean, taking a penalty in the offensive zone, just a tough penalty to take at this moment of the game, because you're down 5-0 with 12:45 left to go. Score margin does matter in the ACHA for rankings. So UNLV is just going to try to go to work and pot a 6. Kind of death by 1,000 needles here for the Wildcats, and UNLV, they'll control at the point. Over to Del Monte. Go up to the point, Wyatt over to Del Monte. Good job there to get in the lane. Brian Erickson, who has been one of the few bright spots of this game in terms of his hustle and just commitment to stick into the system, even though the system's been falling apart a little bit here this afternoon. Now Wyatt, chance out in front. DeMillionaire just lays out and takes away all the room. So a good job there by him to make sure this stays a 5-goal game, which does not sound too encouraging, but it's a whole lot better than saying immediately it's a 6-goal game. So,
and you're going to expect UNLV here on this power play, really test the wheels of TJ, see what he's good at, if he's good on his feet or up high with his glove and blocker.
I mean, it's a tough team to draw in for your first ACHA game against, especially on the power play now. And UNLV, they can probably smell blood in the water a little bit when it comes to him not having a lot of experience, especially 0 this season so far before this. So a broken stick, Josephson without a stick. Now a quick shot, that one just goes wide. So 3.5 against 5 now. A good block there by Connor Ziegler. That one stung him. So Ziegler in pain, Josephson without a stick. Quick shot there. That one doesn't get through. Josephson does everything he can to get in the way, and Ziegler skates onto it.
That was an impressive play there
by
Will Josephson and Ziegler.
That's the best play of the whole game for the Wildcats. I don't care what you say about the offensive side of things. That was pure heart and effort from those two.
Yeah, and Connor Ziegler has been blocking shots all game.
All season. I mean, Connor Ziegler, almost every single game, he makes a block that you compliment him for. That, okay. Not going to question the refs. Don't worry about it. Move on, folks. So Strong now over the blue line. That's offsides. So Erickson got dragged down, but apparently it was enough of his own onus. Do not try to understand referees, folks. There's a lot of lessons in hockey, but caring about how the referees judge anything will give you an aneurysm early in life, so he won't worry about that. So TJ, Wildcats have done a good job limiting, make sure UNLV doesn't get to just have a shooting gallery chance against TJ so far this game, or so far this power play, but you know, obviously UNLV up 5-0. They probably, the urgency that maybe if they were down 1 in a game is probably a tiny bit different, but UNLV still playing with pace and pressure. Chance now across the slot. TJ comes out to take away the angle. Great push there laterally. And confident above the blue paint to make sure there was no shot to be taken. So a great opportunity there for UNLV off the rush on the power play, but TJ standing strong despite his inexperience. So UNLV able to win the faceoff. Final 5 seconds of the power play. Del Monte, quick shot. That one just goes wide. Now Cole Wyatt on the far boards.
Back to 5-on-5 hockey.
So this one comes out, luckily to Erickson on the bench, but what an effort there by Wyatt. Speeds all the way back and throws a good hit to break it up. Obviously, I try to take pride in being an unbiased broadcaster here, but for U of A, this has just been a tough game, and UNLV has showed a lot of tenacity, skill, and structure. And it's little plays like that, you know, there's only 10 minutes left in the third, you're already up by 5, but the effort on the back check there, so that's play with a high stick.
Yeah, and Hunter and Hodgson are doing a great job of setting up the play behind the goal. Been doing it all game here, getting the forwards running through the neutral zone.
So they find the outlet there. Slack and Swiger try to go back and forth. Swiger gave Wixon a little touch. 3 UNLV players are going to get in his face. So another one of the rules of hockey, don't touch the goalie. Don't try to figure out what the refs are doing, and don't touch the goalie. So Swiger is going to go here, guessing for a rough, and there's going to be a matching UNLV penalty, but UNLV happy to take that penalty. Up 5-0. You're going to defend your goalie. And it ends up being a, you know, both guys go anyway, so no harm, no foul for UNLV. They stand up for their goalie. We'll get some 4-on-4 hockey here.
And the Wildcats are going to be taking this face-off in the UNLV zone. We got Dylan Walker taking the face-off. And this is going to be a crucial face-off win here. Getting it set up on the points. You have a little bit more space when you have 4-on-4 hockey.
So possession is key, just like in 3-on-3 overtime, but UNLV does a good job to get that one. So now Busby is going to try to wind it up with Chioka. A lot of pressure here. Kelly almost picked that one off. So Walker will lead out Chioka. He'll take the space in front of him. Chioka, quick shot. Wixon blockers that to the corner, but a good job by Chioka to just not turn down the opportunity to shoot. Walker tried to drag it to himself, but just couldn't quite get it. Chioka, quick shot off the side of the net. So Chioka is done turning down shooting opportunities. With 9 minutes left to go here in the third. Now Walker. Josephson couldn't handle that. Kelly on his horse on the forecheck. Just circling, not allowing any U of A players to get a clean pass away. Chioka, little drop to Walker. He's going to go across the line. Nice little move there to get around a couple UNLV players. So Walker able to set up the entry. Let's see now what the rest of the Wildcats can do. Josephson, he feeds it over to Fisher. Quick shot there from Fisher, and they score! What? I believe that was number 33 for the U of A in his first game as a Wildcat. Michael Pizzo So Michael Pizzo, who was brought on to the team just earlier this week to get some support at forward with all of the injuries, and flying through the slot, gets a great tip there and beats Wixon. So Fisher with a good shot. A little bit of a feel-good story here for Michael Pizzo.
Yeah, that was a great recognition there by Fisher, realizing that that forward had their feet a little bit to the side and just shot that right in.
So a little something to feel good about here at the Tucson Arena with 8:22 left to go in the period. So Michael Pizzo, he's going to get some stick taps, I'm sure, for the effort there. And it was Walker who set up the entry, but now maybe some time and space for UNLV to bring it back in. Quick shot there, goes wide. So good to see the new addition. He'll probably leave the game with a little bit more of a smile on his face than some other Wildcats, but still 8 minutes left to go. Maybe you don't pull a win out of this one, but you pull something to build on for tomorrow.
We got 5-on-5 hockey here now.
So now Del Monte. UNLV will wind up the speed over the blue line, trying to go wide on Hodgson. He breaks that up. Overland, he puts it into TJ as he has to be aware.
That's good recognition by Overland. Too bad it popped up on him, though, but if that puck would have went across, he could have had a weak side goal there, so it was good that he stopped that where it was.
So Overland and Hodgson have worked pretty well as a D pair so far this afternoon.
Yeah, they've set up a lot of plays here. Looking really comfortable behind the net.
So now Lowell with a little bit of time. He leads it out to Erickson. Erickson tries to go wide, able to stay on his skates. Great job there by him. Comes out to Selman at the point, but he just couldn't handle the pass. So now Stathopoulos with a lot of speed. Gets in alone and he scores.
Looks like that one went 5-hole on TJ.
And things are going to get very messy now, folks. So during the celebration, a Wildcat player came in, got involved with a guy. Did not look super great from this perspective, and now these two teams are tangled up. Certainly going to see how this shakes out. So do not want to see an ugly end to a game that's already been ugly in its own way for the Wildcats. But UNLV was in the process of celebrating that goal from Stathopoulos. He's going to get a second chance at a celly on the bench. We'll see who the Wildcats are going to have in the box here and who UNLV is going to have, how it's all going to shake out. But certainly some of the frustration from the Wildcats showing on the interruption of the celebration here. So we'll see how long this takes to get sorted out by the refs. After a couple of years of doing this, I've certainly realized that we could be 30 seconds, could be 3 minutes. We'll see how quickly they get this sorted out. But just because of copyright, things of that nature on YouTube, we are going to kill the mics until we get this sorted. So as soon as we're ready to drop the puck again, we'll be right back with you. All right, so after all that was worked out, we will go 4-on-4. We'll bring in the PA for the call. So just a poor decision flat out by the Wildcats there to get involved in something that they had no real reason to at all. And, you know, something this team takes pride in is the culture. So
Justin Stathopoulos. Assist to number 22, Alec Johnson, and number 13, Dylan Ford. Again, Rebels goal number 12, Justin Stathopoulos.
So that's the goal call. We will wait till we see you get the penalty call. And just see how those penalties shook out. 2 players were ejected from.
To number 13, Dylan Ford, 2 minutes for roughing and a 10-minute misconduct. Wildcat penalty to number 10, Hunter Hodgson, also 2 minutes for roughing and a 10-minute misconduct. Rebels penalty to number 19, Daniel Fisher, a 10-minute misconduct. Wildcat penalty to number 20, Brody Selman, a 10-minute misconduct. Time of the penalty.
So 4 total 10-minute misconducts to go around. And as I was saying before, you know, culture is so critical to this program. And if any other team had done that to the U of A, obviously we would be all over them for poor decision making, to put it lightly. So Stathopoulos with a beautiful goal on the breakaway. He does get the secondary celly on the bench though, and he'll get to go to the room a little bit early as he was one of the guys with the misconduct. But I've got a feeling the UNLV players heading to the room early are a lot happier than the U of A players heading to the room early. So 6-1 here so 6-1 UNLV.
Yeah, thanks for the comment there. Sorry, I'm doing a lot here. I just updated the score for you guys, but it was 5-1 there, and then.
And we do appreciate the UNLV fans tuning into the stream, but forgive us for being 6-1, 5-1 feels similar to us at the moment. But credit where, as I've said, credit where credit is due. UNLV has played a solid game, and the Wildcats have been the team that's been frustrated and stifled throughout most of this. Having to change Sepinen out after he gave up 5 goals, couple ejections now. So Chioka over the line, gets it over to Pizzo. He's the lone good story for the Wildcats here this afternoon. And we're going to do this again tomorrow at 1 p.m. So chance for a different result, and a beautiful move there by Kelly. In all alone, and TJ with a beautiful save. So TJ also one of the maybe slightly bright spots, is put into an incredibly difficult situation. And aside from that goal by Stathopoulos, hasn't let anything else in, and that was so 2 breakaways allowed on TJ only in this period. And now Brian Erickson all alone. Erickson in on Wixon, and Erickson can't get it past. Wixon was running out of time and space with UNLV hustling on the back check. So he has to get it away, and it's right into the chest of Wixon.
And UNLV doing a great job on their back checking. Hasn't really let the Wildcats have any opportunities of odd man rushes or breakaways.
I mean, we saw Dylan Walker with what looked like a clean breakaway, Erickson there, but UNLV just gets on their horse, hustles back, takes away the space, and forces the Wildcat forward to just get a quick shot away, and Wixon's been up to the task. So now Overland, he'll dump that puck in, and Wixon will hold it up. 4:15 left to go in the third period. UNLV up 6-1. So let's call this a learning experience for the Wildcats thinking ahead to next weekend against ASU, as those Cactus Cup games mean so much to this program, both the active players and the alumni and the coaching staff. And before ASU comes into this building, things have got to get fixed up here for the Wildcats. UNLV has just been the better team so far. A beautiful hip check there by McCullum as he sends Malco flying. And that sets up UNLV over the zone. McCullum now goes back down low, tries to feed it middle, but off the skate of Busby. Slack, he gets that puck taken away from him and goes down a little bit awkwardly, but pops right back up. So Busby goes down trying to get a puck through the zone. So that's going to be a penalty there against UNLV. So number 16, Johnson going to the box. So with a 5-goal deficit, the Wildcats will go back on the power play as Mac Johnson heads to the box.
We've had quite a few penalty minutes here for both teams this afternoon.
Yeah, I mean, between that one exchange, we saw a total of 40 penalty minutes between the two teams. So those will ramp up, those will add up over the course of the game for sure. But the Wildcats haven't been able to convert on a power play so far this game. Chioka with a quick shot. Lowell was backdoor with a wide open net, but the puck bounced on him. So 3 minutes left to go. Wildcats looking for a semblance of momentum.
That was a great pass there.
Swiger just not able to corral it as the puck did get through the slot, but just a little bit too much for him to hold. Now Walker walks into a shot. That one gets blocked. Good job getting in the lane by UNLV. Walker able to glove that one down to himself. Kelly pressures him though and forces him out of the zone. So now Swiger, he throws it to the middle. Jesse Lowell tries to feed Cosden, and he just couldn't handle the puck. So Jacob Cosden had an opportunity there. He's up on this power play unit with with Selman going for the 10-minute misconduct. 2:18 left to go as Ziegler works it down low. They try to go back to the point. Swiger tries to choke down, can't control it. Out into the middle, couldn't find Ziegler, and now it's going to be another shorthanded breakaway. Flanders in all alone, and what a save by TJ DeMillionaire. I might not be saying his name correctly, but oh man, he has been huge for the Wildcats in this period. UNLV could have 8 at the moment if it wasn't for a couple of his breakaway saves, and now Malco with a nice move. Quick shot there, just fanned on the setup. But giving up shorthanded breakaways that cleanly, a bit of a symptom of the problems the Wildcats have been facing this game. And now Josephson in, drags it to the middle, tries to get it on Wixon. I think he got a shot away, but just nowhere to go with it as Wixon stands tall. Now Walker to Malco. Malco with a quick shot. That hits Wixon in the mask. And now Rossi, he's going to take a little pop to the head. So good to see the Wildcats regain their composure after that, say, lapse in judgment after UNLV scored their 5th goal. You know, of course, these guys are professionals. They're hockey players, but they're also between the ages of 19, 24, and have a lot of adrenaline going during these games. So can't always expect them to make the most reasonable decisions, but you'd really like to see the Wildcats clean up, you know, not let that frustration get to them. And luckily they didn't come away with, you know, a 5-on-3 or something like that. So hopefully tomorrow we see a different story from this Wildcats group. As speaking with before this weekend, Coach Berman did describe this matchup as a simple sense of survival with the way the roster is at the moment. And whether or not you consider this game surviving is obviously in the eye of the beholder, but it's been a tough afternoon for the Wildcats, and UNLV has shown right now when they play their game, they are going to be a very difficult team to beat. So 36 seconds left to go in the game. Michael Pizzo, drawing into his first game as a Wildcat, scores the lone goal for the U of A. And don't think I need to list off the 6 goal scorers for UNLV. I will say, though, that goal by Stathopoulos and the goal by Gallant, those are going to be ones that'll haunt you as a hockey player if you're on the U of A bench right now. But the U of A, they're going to regroup this afternoon, come back here and do it tomorrow. And, you know, as much as you got to focus on UNLV right now, you got to start looking towards ASU next weekend and that Cactus Cup Series games. So TJ, he's going to get a lot of hugs because he did not expect to go today. It's his first time in the ACHA. You're down by 5 goals, and he's able to come up huge and stop a couple of breakaways, a couple of 2-on-1. So good on TJ DeMillionaire for his play here this afternoon. And we'll be back tomorrow, folks, 1 p.m. Sebastian Janik, Garrett Kane. This is Wildcat Hockey.
Hey Wildcat fans, we need your help in setting the tone in the fight against cancer. Coming up on December 9th is our annual Pink the Rink game, where you could purchase a jersey just like this for $250 and put the name of a loved one on the back. All proceeds will go directly to the Arizona Cancer Center, and you could stay after the game to receive your jersey right off the player's back.
Wildcat fans, we need your help setting the tone in the fight against cancer.
Wildcat fans, we need your support this year at our Pink the Rink game.
Purchase your jerseys today and join us in the fight against cancer.